Yo, what up, Wolfpack? This the Blind Wolf, and we back at it again. I like to thank everybody that subscribe, like, share, comment on these videos. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Wolfpack, let's go on this journey. Y'all know I lost my eyesight July 7th, 2007 while I was in prison. But we're going to talk about a little before I lost my eyesight. The day it all happened. I'd never forget. I was just sitting here thinking for real, like I was having a beautiful day. I was having a beautiful day. I had my son with me. We laughing, joking. We eating all kinds of good food. I'm wrestling around with him in the house. My godmother, she good. She got food. You know, everything straight in the house. You know, I used to spend a lot of time down in my little bar. I used to really hang out in a strip club, and I would be there all night long. And I would have my son with me, and I'd be able to sleep during the daytime while he chilling with my godmother. I know he's safe. And then when I wake up, my boy right there. So I kind of had what I thought was a good thing. I thought it was a beautiful thing because I'm making money. I got my boy with me. I got, you know, access to all of the rest of my children. Life is going great for me. Life is going great for me. I'm making money hand over fist all day long. I got a couple blocks, and I got my own strip club that I'm the man in. I'm the man in there. But then it all happened. I come in the house after going to go take care of a few things. I'm back in there with my boy, getting my night plan for later on, getting ready to go down to the strip club. And I say, all right, I'm going to take my son and my homeboy out, you know, to this new Mexican restaurant that just came up in Baltimore. I wanted to, you know, treat my peoples. So we go out to the restaurant. We have a nice little time, wonderful time, eating some good old food that I ain't never heard of before. Then I get a phone call. My block in trouble. I got to go. So I go, I take my son, my homeboy up to the house. And when I take them up to the house, everything cool. But let me paint a picture of my little area at the time. It was a lot of drugs being sold around there, a lot of hard narcotics being sold around there. So the building that I lived in was known for a lot of illegal activity. Let that be known. So some of these people, you know, didn't have no problem with snitching because they wanted elements like myself and a few other people up out of this area. They wanted us gone. So like I said, I get the call from my homeboy, whatever, and I'm on my way back up there to the house, go drop them off. As soon as I go leave from out the house, I already know that I'm hot in the area. I know this. So I go leave from out the apartment building. I go start walking down the street. Now, mind you, I'm going to go help my homeboy in a situation because he beefing. So I grabbed a joint. I got 357 in my dip. I'm ready to go get active. I'm ready to go get with it because this is my people's and my money is involved also. So I'm getting ready to go protect this at all costs. I'm not taking no losses. Like this was the code for me in my brain from a little kid. So I get to walking, and before you know it, police on bikes come from behind me, come from in front of me, and it's looking like I walked into a death trap. But like I said, I'm hot. I'm hot. I already know I'm hot. I've been hot. They called us the DTHBs, Downtown Hot Boys. Because we was downtown doing stuff that you should be doing in the hood. Well, you shouldn't be doing in the hood, but we doing this anywhere. We go anywhere we want to do, doing whatever we wanted to do. So the police really didn't like me and my crew. They couldn't stand us. So as soon as they see me, they run right up on me. They always want to search me, always wanting to mess with me. That's why I stayed incognito after a while. So they get to search me. Now, back then, we used to wear these huge belt buckles like the cowboys and stuff. So I had a big eagle, but I had that Trey Pound at 357 up under the eagle tied to my dip, because 357 heavy. I got my joint right. So make a long story short, they run up on me, they get to pat me down, and the first two officers that patted me down, they ain't find nothing. I'm tripping off this. I got a big 357, a 357 Taurus bull. And this joint, huge, fat barrel, fat handle, everything. So the first two officers, they didn't find nothing. It was one African American officer that decided to say, nah, y'all ain't searching him good enough. Y'all ain't searching him good enough, and ran down on me and got to pat me down, and he wanted to take my clothes up off me. So I'm like, yo, what you doing, man? I just had two officers check me and ain't nobody find nothing. Now you want to be trying to take my clothes up off me? So he said, man, shut up. Now mind you, I got like 60 police officers with their guns aimed towards me because they already know that I'm down with, toting them pistols. This is not my first gun charge that I'm talking to y'all about. So they come at me a little differently. Now, they got all these guns aimed at me. I'm nervous already. And I'm not getting ready to make no sudden movements because I do got this joint on me. So he grabbed my belt buckle, he yanked it open, and he looks down in my pants and he said, oh my God, and pulls it out and said, he's got a hand cannon. He's got a hand cannon. And I'm like, oh man. So he takes my gun, put it to my forehead, and got me backed up against the wall. Now, I gotta let this be known. I can't bend like that. I got shot up a lot of times in 1999. I got shot 5 times in 99, and I got shot on 2 different occasions before then. So I've been shot 7 times altogether. So my body at this time didn't bend like that. I was really messed up. So he like, get down on the ground. I'm like, man, I can't really bend like that. My hip, I got a bullet in my hip. So he threw me down on the ground, jumped on top of me, still got my gun to my head while all the rest of them got their guns aimed at me. Mind you, I ain't resisting at all because there's too many guns aimed at me and I'm not willing to take this chance. So they throw me in the handcuffs. They get me up in the paddy wagon. They take my phone and they take the battery out and put the phone in one pocket and the battery in another pocket. But the whole time I am a little flexible with my up top. So once I got into the paddy wagon, I was able to like twist around and grab the battery from up out of this pocket and then twist back around, pull this part of my jacket down, and finally grab for the phone, get the phone out, and I connected the phone. So I'm from the back and I'm like this, and I finally, gets the phone working. Now mind you, I'm in the paddy wagon. I get the phone working. I call my peoples up. I'm like, look, y'all know they know who I am. They just ran down on me. I'm locked up right now. They just got me with that big gun. Clean the house out. Clean the house out. Fortunately, my man, he was already at the house with my son, my godmother. So he went on and took care of this. Now, mind you, my homeboy at the time, he in a wheelchair. So he's not able to get up and run. He got a motorized wheelchair. But he took my son home. He cleaned the house out for me. So by the time they actually did come up with a warrant to come and raid the apartment, it wasn't nothing up in there. So my godmother and my son, my homeboy, all of them were straight. I did leave a few dollars at the house, and I lost out on that. But that's part of the game. That's part of the game. I ain't even really stressing that right now. I'm stressing the fact that at this particular point in time, my life had to switch instantly. I had to go from being on top of the world to instantly trying to figure out like, all right, I need lawyer money. I need to see if I'm going to get a bail. I need to see, make sure everything's straight with my kids, because I got responsibilities out here that I actually was on top of. I actually was on top of my responsibilities. I was doing the part of being a father to my children out here. Even if I didn't even have a vehicle, I would go and catch the bus to go and get my children. So This whole flip in my life changed everything. This changed everything. Now I'm riding around in this paddy wagon. I'm nervous because they just got me with a 357. I've been locked up with handguns before. This is nothing new to me. I done already got a stat on one of them because of how the court proceedings went down. So I made out off of that. But they don't forget these things when you're an adult. You get to be known as a gun toter. And I was known as a gun toter at one point. They looked at me like that. They came at me like that when they came at me. So now I finally gets down to the Central District. They want to talk to me, and they like, we already know who you are. You hang with a particular crew, and they got pictures of me and all my homeboys and stuff down there that they talking to me about. Like, look, we already know you ain't the top person. This, that, and the third. Y'all getting y'all stuff from here. I'm like, man, I don't know what you talking about. Because truth be told, me and all my peoples, man, we getting stuff from all over the place. We getting stuff from all over the place. It's just, it looked like certain people over top of certain people because this is the mind that they want to, this is the train of mind that they put you in, that they want to look at you as. But at the end of the day, we out here, we all doing our own thing. So they telling me, nah, just give us somebody with some more guns and you can walk out right now. I tell them people, I said, look, point me in the nearest direction of my cell. Point me in the nearest direction of my earliest cell. Get me there now, man. I ain't trying to hear none of this stuff y'all talking about. So they finally takes me down Central Bookings. They give me $1.5 million bail. They know I ain't getting ready to come up with no $1.5 million bail. I'm flipping out. I'm like, man, I'm down. I'm down. All of the stuff that I've been working for. All of the stuff I've been working for. Not only being there for my kids, being there for my sisters, my baby mothers, and my mother, she had passed away in 2006. I ain't talking about that with y'all yet, but my mother passed away in 2006. So before that, I'm there for all of these people. I got the whole world sitting on my shoulders for real, and I'm not even mad at it because I'm out here, I'm doing good. I feel like I'm doing good. I'm working with my man Bob, the white dude that I told y'all about, that I ran up on the dudes in the club with the knife to make sure that he was all right the first night that I met him. So I'm working with him. I'm learning the construction business. I'm learning the real estate business. And he getting ready to put me in position to be able to start doing big business. He teaching me the game. He want to lead the business to me. Like, this my man at this point. We spending hella, days and nights together, working on projects, and, he teaching me the game. And I'm trying to absorb all of this while still hustling, still hitting the club, still making sure that I'm taking care of my kids. I'm barely getting sleep, but I'm loving it because I feel like I'm succeeding. I feel like I'm doing what nobody else was doing. And all of a sudden, this flip switched on me. Now I'm in here, and I got this $1.5 million bail. $1.5 million bail. And I got all of these responsibilities, all of these things that I was out here on the streets doing that's just gone now. Because they know I'm not getting ready to come up with that. And if I did come up with that, I'm going to have the feds all over me. I'm going to have the feds all over me. So what happens? I got to stay there. And then I was a problem for Baltimore City Police. I wouldn't go to court. I would make them come look for me. So at this point in time, I was already on the run for real. I was already on the run. I had to go, when I got locked up. All right, first of all, when you get locked up and you going down through Central Bookings and you got, a heavy charge that you ain't getting ready to go to, you up, you woke. You ain't going no sleep. You got stuff on your mind. You might be sitting over there laid back with your head on the wall and acting like you resting, but the whole time you got stuff on your mind. I know I did. And I actually came in there on my bully tip. I wanted to fight the whole bullpen when I first came into Central Bookings when I got locked up on this charge because I knew I was getting ready to lose everything. And I just wanted some pressure at that point. I took a whole bench and laid out on it and told everybody up in there, if you want to lay down, make me get up. Make me get up. And couldn't nobody make me get up. I laid on that bench with my papers up under my head, and I kept on getting the little bag lunches and using that stuff for pillars and stuff. And I stayed right there until they called me from up out of there to go and see the commissioner and go forth with what was going on with my case. And then once I finally went upstairs, they took me for 7 writs, 7 days in a row. That's going back and forth, up and down the steps, going through all of this process all over and over again just to torture me. They could have brought me up on 1 extra writ for all of those extra charges that I had, but because I gave them problems, they made me do this 7 days in a row. You know how tired I was? You know how tired I was, and then I still got all this stuff on my mind? This is what's going to happen. Your life going to flip instantly, and it's going to turn into straight from pleasure to straight torture. When you think you're doing all of these superhero things out here on the streets and you think you rocking and rolling, it's going to flip instantly. Instantly. Then you're going to be in here trying to figure out who in the shower next. How you going to get some shower shoes to take a shower your first couple days in there because you ain't got no property. And you might not know nobody on this here that you can borrow some shower shoes from. And who wants to step on a floor where you got 40, 50 different dudes and then you don't know what they doing on the floors. You don't know what they doing on the floors. That's why when dudes come from out of prison, they got athlete's foot like I don't know what, because they taking showers behind a bunch of people that's filthy. You might be trying to be clean, but the next person might not be, and might get in there and then infect the water and mess you up. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to have an athlete's foot problem. You go to prison or to jail. So your life can really flip upside down instantly. Ain't nothing going to be good about this. And what's the pleasure in that? You don't get no pleasure out of that. You done took yourself away from your children. You done took yourself away from your whole lifestyle. And for what? So that you can go and lay on a metal bunk with a thin mat if you got any cushion in the mat. It's uncomfortable. You're in a jumpsuit with just your drawers on up under it. It could be freezing in there. And the only thing that you got to represent is BCBD. Baltimore City Detention Center. That's what you representing at the time. And that's a horrible flip and change in your life. You don't want these changes in your life. You want to change in your life for the better. But this is exactly what I went through my very first day getting locked up. My whole life flipped upside down. My whole life flipped upside down. My children, I know at this point in time, my children, they old enough to understand what getting locked up is, because daddy been through it quite a few times around them. So now they worried again. Got my baby mothers worried again. Got my so-called family out here worried again. And then where I'm at, I'm somewhere where I can't do nothing about the worry but cause more. Cause more. Because now I need a lawyer. I need to make sure ain't nobody stealing my money. I need to make sure that the product that I got out there on the street getting ready to come back at full dollar value, because I need all of that. And who's to say the people that act like they rock with you like that go and make sure that you get these things when you going through these situations? It's up to you to make sure that your bankroll up there. But just being truthful, most of us out here in these streets, we getting a little bit of money, but we ain't got lawyer money, bail money, commissary money, all at the same time. Come on, let's be 100 with it. Let's be 100 with it. It's a lot of dudes that's out here living off of half of babies and stuff like that. Your life can flip all the way upside down. Do not make the choice. Do not make the choice. The choices that I made, I was pushed into that lifestyle. I was made to live a certain type of lifestyle. But you got the opportunity out here right now to do what I talk about on a regular basis, and that's live by them 5 Ps. Proper planning prevents poor performance. When you properly plan for your life, you won't have to worry about your life flipping upside down in one day. One day. It's not even going to be a whole day for real. It's going to be the moment them cuffs go on you. The moment them cuffs go on you, everything changes. Everything changes. And you the cause of it. Because you live in that life. I was the cause of it. I lived that life. Let's step away from the norm. Let's step away into the unpredictable. Show people that you got something deeper inside of you, that drive that you could put out here on the streets. You can put this energy into something that's going to be better, not only for yourself, but for your family. Keep this in mind, man. Being gangster is being there for your family. Being gangster is making sure that you take that sorrow from up out of your household. You bring knowledge and strength into your household. That's what's gangster. Remember, y'all getting this from the Blind Wolf. Stay from up out them prison walls, because the day that you go in, your life gonna flip like a switch, and ain't nothing gonna be able to be done to help you change that. You're gone. You're done. You're over. Stick a fork in you. That's what it is. That's what it is. It goes back to that old saying, the day, it's only 2 days. The day you go in and the day you come out, you ain't got nothing but a bunch of naps in the middle, because everything is getting ready to be repetitive in there. You're going to hear the same bells every day. You're going to have to get up for count the same time every day. You're going to have to go through this stuff on a regular basis. Your whole life going to flip from pleasure to slavery. Y'all be good out there. Blind Wolf. Big love. Wolf.